everyone. Happy New Year. I guess this is my first recording in the new year, and it is going to be the next song in the Queen 50 series. A great way to start off the year, don't you think? I guess this is number 16, and the title I have in front of me is We Will Rock You. Well, that's not an unfamiliar title because so many of you have said you must listen to We Will Rock You. And Vlad has also said, I can hardly wait until we get to We Will Rock You. He has some others as well that he's always saying, I can hardly wait. But I know this one is eagerly anticipated by many. So it's going to be, hopefully, a fun one for me. We shall see, but since it's Queen, I expect good things. Do check out my Ko-fi and Patreon pages. You will find some really cool things there. And let's see, what do I have to read before I listen to this?
Not this time.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you before. This time you will listen to the song first, and then you will read. The only thing that I will tell you about this song is that it's a Brian May song.
Oh, another Brian May song. All right, let's check it out.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. Kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street. Gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it out. We will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes. Gonna make you zombie someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace. Somebody better put your bag into your place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you. We will rock you. All right.
Even though I've never heard it before, I'm sitting here trying to imagine, what if I had never heard the name before? What if none of you had ever mentioned it? What if Vlad had never talked about it? Somehow I think that I would recognize it as being a real classic. If it were not a big hit, it should have been a big hit. Because it sounds like it ought to be. And it has this presence to it, this personality. And well, one little side note I was thinking as the song went on. I've been talking a bit about, in one of the recent videos I talked about how I guess it was one of the Beatles videos, how I begin to feel like I am able to identify what a riff is versus a theme versus an ostinato. Well, here, if anybody wonders, this is bold and straight and in your face ostinato rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. That's an ostinato for you. Just a fun little side note. Well,
Read.
yes, I guess I'm supposed to read. Written by Brian May, it is the first track on the News of the World album. I guess I've listened to one song on the album, but now we're going back to the first track. Rolling Stone ranked it number 330 of the 500 greatest songs of all time in 2004, and it placed at number 146 on the Songs of the Century list in 2001. In 2009, We Will Rock You was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. In 1977, We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, that's another one that I know is somewhere in my future and is a very important one.
It's the next one. They
okay.
have to go hand in hand.
They were issued together as a worldwide top 10 single. Okay. Soon after the album was released, many radio stations played the songs consecutively without interruption. Maybe that's why anyone who's heard it says they have to go together.
That's why you listen to All Dead first.
I see. We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions were written in response to an event that occurred during the A Day at the Races tour. The band played at Stafford's Bingley Hall, and according to Brian May, we did an encore and then went off, and instead of just keeping clapping, they sang You'll Never Walk Alone to us. And we were just completely knocked out and taken aback. It was quite an emotional experience, really, and I think these chant things are in some way connected with that. I guess I wanted to talk about the chanting element there, so I guess it was deliberate. I went to bed thinking, what could you ask them to do? They're all squeezed in there, but they can clap their hands, they can stamp their feet, and they can sing, he noted. Yes, that's the thinking of a musician. Doesn't matter where you are, you can certainly sing, might even be able to clap your hands and stamp your feet if you have just enough room to do so. Let's do something with it. In the morning, I woke up and had the idea in my head for We Will Rock You. He also told Mojo magazine October 2008 that he wanted to create a song that the audience could participate in. Yes, that's what I was saying. It sounds so deliberately designed for audience participation. And I'm thinking back to the little clip that Vlad showed me after I listened to which one was it? We listened to one that Freddie sang on he played and
Somebody to Love.
Somebody to Love, yes. And then he showed me the clip of that from the live performance. And the massive audience and the electrifying stage presence and the way they had such a connection with the entire crowd. And so it makes that's why I said this sounds so electrifying and vibrant and energized, and it has a presence to it. Not just a stage presence, but an entire audience presence feeling like you have no reason not to get involved. Brian May told NPR how recording the song in a church helped with its sound. We were very lucky, he said. We were working in an old, disused church in North London, and it already had a nice sound, and there were some old boards lying around, but they just seemed ideal to stamp on. Okay. He expanded on this in the Days of Our Lives documentary. I found some old boards under the stairs and thought, well, what does this sound like? And the rest is history. The song does not contain any actual drums. That famous rhythm came from the sound of the band, roadies, engineers, and even their tea lady, Betty, stamping their feet in London's Wessex studios. What a great image that puts in my mind. That's really fun. Okay, so let's go back through with the score, with the lyrics, and have some fun. So, knowing that, as Vlad told me at the beginning, this was written by Brian May, and I just listened to All Dead, All Dead, that was the previous song, which was also a Brian May song. I guess I was a little bit surprised when the first second of this came in, although I shouldn't have been, because didn't Brian May do the I'm in love with my car? No.
That was Roger Taylor.
Oh,
The drummer.
excuse me. Anyway, have I listened to any others by him? I think I have. There was one that I did. At least one. Kind of a loud guitar driven.
Keep Yourself Alive and Tie Your Mother Down.
Right. And both of those were really high energy, kind of loud, on the aggressive side. And that's why I was so taken in by All Dead, All Dead. And kind of surprised that Brian May wrote this one too. Ah. And now this one, it's different than those first two, definitely. It doesn't have the noisy quality, the really a lot of instrumental stuff happening. And it certainly isn't All Dead, All Dead by any stretch of the word. So I kind of was startled with the first bum, bum, bum. But then settled into it and I knew something had to be coming interesting, because when you have an ostinato like that, this powerful, got so many people involved creating it, even the tea lady. I love that. I think that's great. Even the tea lady, I can just see it. It's so good.
They were British after all.
Of course, that's the whole thing. It's gotta have something really, some simple tune to go with it, to contrast with it. And I was not disappointed. But this, buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. It's almost a spoken word style. It reminds me just a little bit of Mean Street. Mean Street by
Van Halen.
Van Halen. I'm going to make sure I say that properly. Van Halen. Although I still like Van Halen better. Anyway, it kind of has that sort of rough and tumble street boy quality to it. A little bit different perspective. But then this power ostinato and the rapid fire presentation of the verse. And then we come to the chorus. Anyway, it starts with this ostinato, really powerful ostinato, which, even though I have never heard this song before, this rhythm sounds incredibly familiar. Why? Well, because it is the classic chant rhythm. Think of any march, any protest, any public demonstration, and the chant rhythm you might hear there. There are several that show up depending on how many syllables and which language and so forth. But, for example, we want X. We want X. No more Y. No more Y. Give us Z. Give us Z. It in the English language, that is one of the classic crowd chant rhythms. And it was a really great move on Brian May's part to make this, since he wanted a crowd involvement, a crowd response, to make this rhythm, which is so simple, just, or I guess that's what it was. stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. If you're in a crowd that is doing that, you can be the most musically illiterate, rhythmically incompetent, and you can still fall in with it and feel like, oh, you get this feeling of, I've talked about this feeling of being something greater than yourself. When you play in a musical ensemble, when you sing in a choir, when you participate in some musical activity which is more than just solo work, and especially if it's an orchestra or a choir, something with a lot of different participants. This gives every single person present that experience of participating in this massive musical creative experience easily, freely, naturally. You don't even have to, you get the feeling of what it is to be a musician playing because you're capable. You're capable of this rhythm. And it's a not just integral, but it's crucial to the music. You are an important element in the music. It's not just something that we added on. Oh, you can play this little part, you can clap this just to add. No, this is the foundation. It is the substance on which everything in this song is built and built around. Such a, we could say common sense, but really think about it, how much you have to be in tune with music, your musical instinct, and the crowd you're working with, the experience of having worked with the crowd, in order to come up with something so basic, so simple, so common sense, so practically perfect. And that's what we've got here to start us off. It works. Funny, I hear a voice in there. I'm not sure. Is he complaining about the fact that they weren't all right on the first beat? I'm not sure. But it gives this feeling of a little bit of a live quality there. Yeah. He says, oh.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you.
Now, guess what? This is only the second time I've heard the song. I know that chorus like the back of my hand. We will rock you. Let's do it here. Here we go. And it goes better this. And then somebody's got to keep going. We will rock you. We will rock you. I need more hands to make it work. That's why it's such a great crowd piece. It doesn't work with just one person. You've got to have all the parts. You have to have this chorus. You have to have the percussion. And then, of course, you have this verse part, which is kind of the professional musicians. Really isn't that terribly difficult either. You just got to spit out the words quickly in time and keep it alive and moving forward. This, we will rock you, is one per beat. And the ostinato is Well, I'm going to do the ostinato all with this hand. Okay, and this is going to be my chorus hand. We will rock you. So here we go. And here, on this rock you, it happens together, I think, if I got the order right.
Singing, we will rock you.
Yes. So the rock you happens both parts at once. Rock you. I switched up my hands. This one's the supposed. Rock you. Everything else in the voices is just one. We will rock you. We will rock you. It's so simple. It's so basic. And therefore, so incredibly effective. It is the crowd chant style. And this line, we will rock you. Even that. Okay, buddy, you're a boy, making a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. Okay, we can set the verse aside for a minute. Then we get to the chorus. We will rock you. That is such a positive, assertive statement. You can make of it what you will, whatever rock you means, right? But whatever it is positive, confident, proactive, stepping in and taking charge of the situation. Now, think about what this does to the crowd. For them to have set the proactive, confident, assertive part of the music. Not only do they have this rhythmic drive, but they have this chorus, which is nothing down, nothing depressing, nothing weak. It is strong. And you're in this crowd context, and you feel exponentially strong because it's not just you, it's the whole larger than life, greater than oneself experience of doing this all together. I mean, such a great setup for a crowd favorite. I've never seen this performed. I've never seen a crowd do it, but I can just imagine the effect. I don't have to have experience with rock concerts to know what kind of reaction and response a crowd is going to give to this one. So well constructed for that. I mean, he nailed it. That's all I can say. He nailed it. He got it. He got it exactly the way it needed to be to get the job done, which he wanted. Crowd involvement.
Singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street. You're gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes, gonna make you zombie someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace. Somebody better put your bag into your place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you.
The guitar comes in.
We will rock you.
So that long... That must be the D flat. No, that's the E flat. That's the pitch they're singing. Rock you, we will rock you. And the guitar comes in. And you don't really know what's happening in that moment. It's when I first heard it, I was thinking, okay, where is it going to go from here? Because I hear that guitar entering and the sound is growing, but what's going to happen after this? How is it going to go? Well, like this. Launching right into... Interesting the way he goes to kind of a different key in the recording. Somehow I've got to figure out the tuning on my harp because it doesn't quite match what we might expect to happen here. And that's a great little surprise. Let me see if I can figure this out. His guitar tuning is different from my harp tuning. We'll just leave it at that. I won't try to imitate it here because something is kind of out of sequence here, pitch-wise. Anyway, that's okay. Listen to what's happening here. What he does in this guitar solo, while the rhythm continues, the ostinato continues. This was the point at which I started to feel like suddenly it was getting a different level of complexity. Well, of course, his part is more complicated. He's the pro, right? It's his solo moment. But he's playing off of this ostinato. Imagine this without the ostinato rhythm. All right. It wouldn't have the same effect. It simply wouldn't. Because he's using bum da 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 dum ba ba dum da 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 dum dee 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 da dum da da dum da 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 dum, and he's doing that using syncopations and overlapping with the, so that you end up with this wonderful back and forth pull. And it's not really a conversation because an ostinato is not a conversational part, but at the same time, it's dovetailed together so that each part has something to contribute to the tightness and the power that we feel in that musical moment. Da 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 dee 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 dum. Oftentimes he lands just a fraction before or after a clap, so that you end up with this back and forth. And that's why I say dovetailed, because that's exactly what's happening. It works. It just fits like this, and it locks in, just like two pieces of wood dovetailed together, and you can't pull them apart. They don't have the same power apart. There's two separate pieces. They're locked. All right. Gets gets a little bit bluesy, jazzy there when he starts sliding a little bit juicy in the solo part. It adds just enough something different so that we don't end up feeling like this is too square and clean cut around the edges. It needs to be square mostly, but when he starts to slide a little bit, bend the notes just a little bit, then it enriches the whole experience harmonically, texturally, just to have that little bit of warp in the notes. And you notice at the end, da dee 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 dum, da dee 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 dum. He's kind of echoing the ostinato pattern to pull it all together and bring it to a tight close. And so everybody ends together. Simple, basic, incredibly, powerfully effective. Really a great one.
Hold on. Of course you will watch a live performance of it.
Oh, great.
This is Brazil, Rio, 1985.
Then go wild. I guess they're using real drums in this performance.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. Mud on your face, big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place. Sing it! Yeah! We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. Light on your face, big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. Sing it! Everybody! We will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, needing meet your eyes, gonna get you some beef someday. Light on your face, big disgrace, somebody better put your bag in your place. Sing it! Everybody, yeah! Yeah! We will rock you. One more time. We will rock you. Listen.
Nice, very nice. You know, I've said a few times on this channel, I can't imagine myself going to a live rock concert. I'm not saying never, but it's not my style of musical experience. It's not the way I relate to music. But I can totally imagine this kind of experience in a crowd, because it is what we musicians feel when we work together in a group setting. And I think that's what I love about this song the most, is the fact that it makes this experience so accessible and delightful, exciting for every single person there. I think that's fabulous. I do. If everybody could just taste what it is to make music together, I just think that's wonderful. So I've finally done it. I have listened to We Will Rock You. And as Vlad says, the next one is We Are the Champions. So that one's coming soon. If anyone could have done this, could have gotten every single individual involved in the music, it would have had to be Queen. And that's wonderful. I'll see you soon.